Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Ba-dum. Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
And your other host, Sarah.
Yes, Quincy decided to take a vacation, and good for him. He's over in California enjoying Disneyland, that lucky son of a gun. You may hear me call Sarah Socky, and Socky will call me Cliff. That's just our online names. But we've done a lot this past week. A lot. We've caught up on a lot of shows. Well, a couple shows. Played a lot of games. But what you drinking over there, babe?
Today I am drinking a Blue V energy drink.
You sent me.
I call mine nasty.
Yeah, you sent me one of those. In the last box, and you gave me the recommendation: drink it cold, and it's a very hard difference between that and like Red Bull on how flavor wise, because that was really Blue V was really good. It's just to give me the shakes.
A little too powerful.
Yeah, it's a lot of caffeine.
Blue V is the drink of choice for tradies. So if you need to get some scaffolding done, some like plumbing or some electrical stuff done, then you chuck back a Blue V and go.
Yeah, the slogan that I quickly noticed on the back is, if it rotates around, crack open a can of motivation.
Yep, you got this.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's got. I wish I could stop it so I can look at all those vitamins. This is a lot.
Click the nutrition table.
Oh, you know how to read.
There you go. Let's go.
So a few things that are pretty good. B6 and B12, always good to have. Mild sodiums, not bad on sugar. Niacin and caffeine, of course. Well, actually, why did I get the shakes?
I don't know. Maybe it's like OCE caffeine hits different.
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe? Yeah, maybe yours is more natural and just goes straight to the body, straight to the head.
And your body's like, what? No flavors or preservatives? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What?
Why can't I taste the blue?
Why does it taste super blue now? Because
Why does it say blue on the can, but it comes out yellow? It's a money Korean.
Does it really?
Mm.
That's kind of frustrating. That's kind of frustrating to me.
That's why I was like, I never realized that it was Tropical Passion Fruit either. I'd just been like, oh yeah, Blue V, the nice one.
Oh god, that's a commercial for it?
Yeah, it's got a wake me up before you go.
Oh, okay. If they can earn that kind of cash to have Wham.
Oh yeah, they can. It's Suntory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's Suntory.
Okay.
They got that kind of cash.
D-dubs. As for me, I'm drinking one of my favorite peace teas that I haven't had in a while because I haven't had a run-in with them. I've always had Ricky's on me, but this one here is the snowberry flavor, which tastes like a melted snow cone. If you get it, like, cold but almost to the petering point of frozen, oh, it tastes so good. Oh, man. I'm going to take a quick...
What is a snowberry? Sorry, before we move on.
It's like a fake. It's... To me right now, it tastes a little peach lemonade, but very light on both flavors, because they want it to be refreshing and not bitter. I don't know. It's very odd. As I said, it's like a melted snow cone, so it's supposed to be that kind of refreshing.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, take another drink. You can't really place what it is. Does it say it has tea in it? Oh, it does.
It's tea, yes. I'm surprised if it's tea in it.
I mean, I'm sure there's a peace tea. I want to say there was a peace tea flavor that didn't have tea in it.
So what is the thing that's in the hand? What is that?
It looks like a lemon. I don't. Hold on, let me see here. Natural flavored, no colors.
Boy commits tax evasion. Tax evasion in a can.
Made with peace, love, and happiness. It doesn't really say. It just says naturally flavored, and I mean, is there an actual like snowberry that I'm unaware of?
Because I was thinking if it's like snowberry, like cold berries, and that's like bush berries, right? They're like
I mean, yeah.
Like,
hold on.
Raspberries, like cold berries. But then I was like, why is it holding like a radish? Like,
Now that I'm like trying to detect like a bushberry, like blueberry, boysenberry, or like a strawberry, I kind of get those hints, but they're very manufactured. They are very, um, they are natural flavor, but it's artificial in the way that they added them here. I
oh,
like this flavor. It just tastes like a melted snow cone. As far as what fruit flavor it is, I have no clue. I have
I
absolutely
didn't even had a snow cone, to be honest.
no clue. Really? God, I remember back when I was a kid, they were only 50 cents, and that would
Oh, yo, fucking give me 6 of them.
yeah, that would be my
That's when y'all will come. I don't give a shit.
yeah, that would be my go-to. But I don't eat them quick enough because I had very sensitive teeth. So I would take one bite and hold it, and it would melt and then refreeze back to itself. So it created like this giant ice block with little crystals of liquid on the inside. I
Oh,
was,
wow.
and I had the worst time eating it because it was basically like chewing into an ice block.
Okay. I do that. We have those kinds of ice balls here.
I mean,
But not a snow cone. Never had like that.
well,
Just
that's, I would I would pour this on top of a snow cone or turn this into a pure-blooded slushy if I could.
oh, that would be yum.
Yeah. And of course, no rest for the wicked. I've got a couple humble bundle month or yeah, humble bundles. Yes.
Melee mayhem.
Melee
Or
mayhem.
melee. Melee. Melee.
I'll go off of the Super Smash Brothers quotation of melee.
Melee.
Okay. Yes. Um, this one comes with a whole bunch of fighting style games, whether it's third person over the shoulder, 2D beat 'em up, or 2D run around beat 'em up. I like almost all of these games. I think the only game that I don't like, I think, is Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. I actually was not a big fan. But it comes with one of my favorite games, River City Girls. I'm a huge fan of River City Ransom. The cutesy soundtrack and the hit registry, beautiful. Quincy says Mortal Kombat 11 is his second favorite of the Mortal Kombat line.
Really?
So
Oh,
you get
okay.
that. Chivalry 2, where you can scream while running at someone while playing a ukulele.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I love doing all of those things.
Song of Iron is a 2D, almost looks like paperwork. Like it looks kind of paperish, kind of flash gamey.
Oh, it kind of looks like a better version of. Well, I shouldn't say better version. A different version of Kingdom.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
Side scrollery type
but-
stuff, but also there's quite a lot going on.
Yeah, look at
as
those
far
look
as-
at those particle effects. Like whoever worked on this worked really hard. I'm confused as to why it's at a 76 on positive, but as I said, this helps out charity, and this game don't look bad. This looks pretty good.
Looks really nice.
Mordhau, which is like a more serious style of chivalry, less yelling but more good swordplay. And Chronicon, I don't know anything about. I just saw the little snippets of it, and it looks fine. It's got a lot. It looks like it has a whole bunch of a whole bunch. It's like a isometric
Oh, okay,
Zelda
yeah,
clone. I believe it even said it had multiplayer. Hang on,
It's like a Zelda.
local co-op.
What's it called? The Binding of Isaac kind of.
Oh,
vibes.
yeah, a little bit, because it does.
But, like, more toward what
Yeah,
kind of feelings.
they really push that they've worked really hard on the class system, the items, the enchantments for the items, the skills and perks, because they threw numbers at me, and that's a lot of zeros. So I might actually give this one a shot. This whole bundle, I like this whole entire bundle except for Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, it just looks like a lot of like if you're into getting in there and doing the job yourself.
yeah.
then these are the games for you. It seems.
Do you know the story of River City Girls?
No, but I do like the thigh highs. Not gonna lie.
Okay. So River City Ransom back in 1990 flat. The story is two guys have their girlfriends being kidnapped by unknown individuals, and it's their mission to save them. Skip ahead 30 years exactly, and now it's the reverse role. The lady's got to save the guys.
Ah, okay.
And Arxis, the guys who do Guilty Gear. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they're the
Right.
ones who put together the hitboxes, the art, and they did this style very well. Let me do this and this. Skip ahead a little bit. Play, please. Thank you. Uh, they wanted it to just basically be the same game but brought up. Go to your high school, do a nice beat 'em up. You start off in detention.
That's so nostalgic. I remember having something like that in our local fish and chip shop when I was little.
River City, like River
No, I don't
City.
think it was River City. I think it was like similar gameplay kind of thing.
Oh,
Like it's a very nice nostalgia.
like The Simpsons. The Simpsons was a good one. There was one more beat. Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time. But the charity that it helps out is the World Central Kitchen, which helps out the world get some food in hard to reach places.
Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely.
I believe one of their main goals was making sure every single place that has been hit by a troublesome area gets a dozen eggs every morning.
Oh.
Because we
Oh, it was Metal Slug.
Huh?
Sorry, it was the one.
What's
It was Metal Slug, the one that it reminds me of.
Metal Slug, Machine Gun, and the second one, one that I'm not too keen on, but someone out there might be. Warhammer Vermintide. Now, hold on. I know, we both have our very harsh reserves about the word Warhammer, but
Yes.
but Vermintide is a little different. It's the fantasy side. It's the side that we might actually enjoy if we went into it, because I did play Vermintide 1.
Okay.
Vermintide 1 was basically Left 4 Dead, but with rats. Sounds pretty normal, right? It seems like it's a pretty straightforward way. Vermintide 2 seems to have bumped up that whole envelope and said, hey, you want some magic? Hey, you want some good like cosmetics that actually do something? And also it's a looter shooter now. They threw in a lot of really good elements to Vermintide 2 and the collector's edition with almost all of the DLC. Like it is a truckload of DLC for it.
I feel like if you're into Warhammer, then I probably wouldn't miss this because if you can get this much DLC for pretty inexpensive and also support charity at the same time, like this is like one of those deals that you'll regret.
Oh yes.
If you are into the series and you don't get it, it will be
Well,
when all the DLC together costs like $3,000.
I think it's like 100 and something, but you're right.
Yeah.
But so a little bit of it. There's Warhammer Fantasy and then the Warhammer 40K, totally separate. The only thing that they hold together is the just in-chained storyline that they have, but they're thousands of years apart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some people prefer the fantasy side, which is, of course, past, but it adds in the mystery of light magic, but mostly technology. And then, of course, 40K with guns that shoot explosive bullets and all that. And reloading a gun with belief. I still don't understand that.
Oh, 100%. Let's go. Sailor Moon does it all the time.
Yeah. This
Sorry.
it's fine. This one helps out World Central Kitchen as well as Cancer Foundation, which is the Swedish Cancer Society. It's been a long time since I've read any of their thesis. It's been a long time since I've read any thesis. But most of the ones that I did back in the day came from Switzerland, Norway, the UK. Most of England seems to have actual cancer research down to a T, while I'm not going to say the US isn't, but I haven't seen too many circulating to civilian eyes. But hopefully this will help get cancer out of our goddamn lives.
That would be good, yeah.
That would be very good. So, as I mentioned before at the very start, we watched a bunch of stuff. Socks pulled me into a really good anime, Spy X Family. Now, Spy X Family is now one of my top 10s.
Let's go.
The opening music for season 1, fantastic. Closer always got me bopping, but I'm always like, I gotta keep going, so I would skip it and head to the next episode. Anya's a darling. Her quote unquote smirk that she has about halfway through the
That's-
first season. If you haven't seen it, watch the show from the beginning. Get a knowledge of why she has that amazing smile. I want to get it as a tattoo. I'm basing it right here right now. And sometime next year, I'm going to get it as a tattoo.
Oh man.
Either that one or the kakong. One of them. Waku Waku, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of
There is a lot of things that you could pick from out of Spy X Family. I think Spy X Family itself, as a series, does a really good kind of mix between what is serious and what's not serious, and then specifically what should be serious, but it's from a kid's perspective, so it's not serious.
yeah, and then it kind of turns it all up. It kind of takes the key and pulls it a little further into the ignition by saying everyone has their views and their own personal story. Because when you I don't want to say you approached me with this, but that's how I figured it, was a spy tries to pull up a family. That was it. That was all I had. And then learning everything from episode 1, learning everything from episode 2, and getting into episode 3 and 4, I guess. Yeah, we watched 4 that night too. I realized something. It was intellectual things like that. Detective Conan, Phoenix Wright to a small degree. Things that are smart and very witty always hit me a little bit harder. And I don't know why. I personally don't go out for it. I would prefer the dumb shit. I love 12-Ounce Mouse. I love, all the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Metalocalypse, the real dumb fucking cartoons. But these ones hit a little different. I remember them more. I have fond memories of each of these episodes. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I can remember a little bits and bobs, but you tell me to hey, what is the one that's bothering the young boy, and I'd be like I'd be like stunted. I wouldn't remember her name because Lukoa, correct?
Lukoa, yeah.
But with this, I remember everybody. There's no problem.
I feel like, okay, so firstly, like the way that I approached you with Spy X Family, sorry about the background. It was my feeling, my intuition, because originally Dodo got me into it, and he had done the same with me, where he hadn't really told me too much, because it was something that I feel like you kind of have to watch so that you form your own kind of attachment with these characters, and then it means so much more as you go through the season. Season 2 is actually 2 episodes deep so far, so there's another one, and I think 2 days from now.
Yes.
But I feel like with the Spy X Family, and specifically like your memory as well, is there's quite a few kind of moments where, due to, like we said, the father is a spy, and like his double life to do with like intelligence and just like, and because of the setting is like they're not super technologically advanced, but they're not.
It's like
it's not like medieval times.
It's like late 80s because it's got the CRT tube style TV. It's got phones. It's got radio transmitters.
It's kind of like at a point of time, because the whole series is basically about 2 warring countries that are trying to keep on top of information, secret information.
Yes.
Through spies.
A little bit of Cold War feeling, but yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Like a little bit of like political warfare.
Yeah.
Kind of like, but it's specifically about how this general family life of the spy and the family that he's made himself, how they navigate their really important roles between their country and
love.
Basically, yeah, and love, yeah. So yeah, I personally would really highly recommend this to like anybody that was looking for a new animated binge that won't leave you feeling sad afterwards. Or
Yeah,
anything. It's really good for like a pick up put down type thing.
It's a humor me if this sounds weird. A smart slice of life.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it has very, very well choreographed action scenes, though.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah, it does.
there is one toward the end of season 1 that actually got me almost out of my seat. It was so dang good. The animation was clean. The movements of the particular character were amazing. Uh, we actually watched it a couple times after the episode ended.
Yeah.
Um,
And Bump of Chicken as well.
oh, and Bump of
As far as the
Chicken.
music, yeah.
Season two's opening is Bump of Chicken, which is one of my favorite J rock groups. I've listened to them since God, almost 12. No, when was the release? Let's see. Tales of the Abyss release date, because I remember getting this fresh. So we'll say 2006. So 16 years.
It's still doing good. Music's still great.
Music's still great. I believe they just had an opening for the latest Pokemon season.
Hey, let's go.
And I mean, yeah, 5 out of 5, 14 ratings. Tales of the Abyss, good game. I didn't pull it up. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll just pull it up right now.
The next anime I want to try and get him into is Ranking of Kings because that will change a lot.
I don't want to look at it.
Just saying.
I don't want to look at it. I just want the picture. I just want a picture. I just want.
I'm saying.
Ranking of Kings. Well,
Ranking of Kings.
first we're doing Cyberpunk Edge Runners for you.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right.
We'll see. We have a nice exchange of what we
Yeah, we're
what we
getting
watched.
there.
Yeah. After I watched it, I was like, I don't. It's gonna hurt. And
Yeah, it is.
You already know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it's gonna fucking hit, but the way that it's put up makes you feel like it's a good closure. For a cyberpunk for what the next after this one after the next review, it makes sense. But She-Hulk, we're caught up. We have one more. That's tomorrow. I'm excited, but I'm reserved.
Yeah.
Same reason as you, but you have it on a much more harder level than I do. I
connect with her as a character, and I know that it's supposed to be that way because like a lot of She-Hulk has been, there are themes of like not like feminism but like
misogyny.
Yeah, there've been themes of like seeing somebody struggle for like multiple reasons, especially in a job that doesn't really welcome normally or like treat people fairly, as is described in the series. But I like personally as well. I feel like because like I personally get very emotionally attached to characters, but like what they did to She-Hulk is like.
Well, it's not just the fact that she has the super mutant genes. It's also another fact that she's a woman with superhuman genes, because they don't just put the first layer of it. They don't just say she's a superhero. No, it is she is a woman who wants to be a lawyer, but she also has superhero genes. So that's just tacked on. It's extra. It's what we need, but that's what we're looking for. And it demoralized her, and yet she said, for the paycheck, I know in order to get paid, I'm gonna have to do it. And that, I was like, that's kind of bothersome to me. I wanted Jen to be hired to do Jen things as Jen, and she wanted that. And up until this recent episode, it was a little shaky if she was feeling that.
I feel like part of the thing there is Jen actually has a moment, a quote that stays with me all throughout every episode of She-Hulk since and before, where Jen says, "Yeah, I'll be the first to throw myself under the bus."
Yeah, she's a protector.
Yeah, but she's used to having things come at the cost of herself.
Yeah,
and I don't know if that's like something maybe that young women can identify with a bit harder, or maybe it's even just people that are like, anxious or
yeah,
have mental health issues, or like,
Here, don't
people that have like trauma, like You know what I mean? Like people are like people pleasers and stuff. It's like we all recognize that you know, the first person that will put up like put off will be ourselves for the sake of other people.
Don't you worry
Um,
about blank. Let me worry about the truck.
yeah, well, yeah. So maybe partially that as well. I see in her character, and that
Mhm.
kind of brings me a lot of sadness to see. But honestly, like I think it's the mark of like how well written it is that I feel this way.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. Like
No,
I wouldn't care so much if I couldn't like effectively emotionally attach myself to her, which
right.
is lovely.
And you have every right to. She seems to want to be an every person kind of hero, considering she just wants to be a person. She doesn't want to be seen as She-Hulk.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder what Echo's gonna bring, because Echo, I'm feeling, is gonna be the every person route. From the trailer, we did see the glimpse of Matt,
Yes. Yes, we did.
and without spoiling too much,
Hmm.
he was amazing. He
Yeah,
still
he
is
was.
amazing. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the next episode tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a big old episode that gives us a good closure. I felt like Miss Marvel didn't do that.
I felt like, well, the thing with Miss Marvel as well, though, and obviously we can be talking about that because you guys have covered before us a while back. But the thing with Miss Marvel is it's not just a series about a young woman with superpowers. It's a series about a young woman of a certain faith, of a certain ethnicity, that lives in a certain place, of a certain heritage, with superpowers that don't necessarily um, correlate and fit in with all of that. And it's about how she kind of balances that. So I feel like as far as the ending, there were so many things to tie up around like parental approval, like saving the world on your own terms, her social group that are splitting up and everything, and all of those little bits. I feel like it's hard to kind of expect a movie sort of ending from these TV series where you have so many different threads, so many different like pans in the fire.
We
Do you know
did
what I
get it.
mean?
We did get a movie style ending though.
Yeah, well, you know how
Yeah.
you were saying you kind of expected a little bit more from Miss Marvel as well.
Yes.
But to be fair, the after credit scene that was worth
That
100%.
that was pretty worth. But I have a little bit of high hopes. I have a lot of high hopes for it. Um, and I'm super happy that Daredevil Born Again is getting 16 episodes on its first season.
Let's go.
Let's go. What is his name? John Berthenol, Punisher, said, "Anytime I get the call, I'm ready to go." So, I don't know if they're going to be leaning more toward mature after Born Again, but I think Born Again is going to be like their thumb on the button to see how that does
Oh.
before more mature, because he is going to start off the Defenders 2.0, I'm thinking. Because Born Again, after reading that, kind of leans into a lot of really interesting character traits from others. I won't go too deep into that because I could go down a rabbit hole, talk about freaking Daredevil Yellow, talk about Punisher boarding in, all the war journals that kind of connect into it, and how Daredevil's trying to talk Punisher down from killing a few heroes because the heroes don't have that sense of justice. So I'm hoping there's going to be a strong dynamic later on in the Marvel Universe with Punisher, but that's a pipe dream. That's a hope.
I feel like one of the positives of having all these TV shows is it really makes the universe seem less static. Like it's very much like, oh yes, these characters are still around doing what they do every day, and then you see them, you know, in other shows. Like even like how with She-Hulk, there's you see a little bit of Wong.
Yeah,
Um,
I like
in the
seeing
early
him.
episodes.
I like
You know, like those kinds of things. You're just like, oh, you don't really have to worry or like wonder what he's up to because it shows you,
yes.
and it just really breathes extra life into all these characters, which is really lovely.
Yeah.
I think in my opinion.
But doop. So I a couple days ago I streamed for about 9 hours total
Yeah.
on this here channel. Cyberpunk 2077 actually engrossed me enough. I sat back, took a shot of whiskey, and I just played. I felt so engrossed. I had a good conversation with Dice, with Hemo. Dodo was in the chat for a little bit. I was giving him shit. But we were just having a good old time while I was just going around having an interesting look around Night City. I am very excited for Phantom Liberty and what that DLC is going to give life into Cyberpunk 2077. Anyone who said this game is trash, give it another shot. CD Projekt Red worked really hard on it. I think they released it way too early. This game is great. This game is on my top, I'll say my top 20, just because it's a little jumbled right now, but it is way up there. It is a good ass game. I've only run into 2 bugs, crashed once. Good game. Endings are a little tough with me right now. I have a couple more endings to go through. I am excited to take a look at those. Whoppa, my babe also has some. Actually, this one's kind of a joint one.
Yes, it is. Definitely a joint one here. We've been playing a little bit of the Overwatch 2 recently, both Cliff and I. And I mean,
It was fine.
yeah, it feels very familiar.
It's the same but
I did know
different.
there's, yeah, well, yeah.
Like there are the 3 maps we played on. Only one of those maps I never played on before, and I only ran into the Junker Queen once. And Sojourn was on one map one time, and it felt like this was an unnecessary shift.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of Overwatch 2 to me actually feels like it could have just been an update for Overwatch 1.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't feel like they're that dissimilar in regards to like anything that I've seen so far. Keep in mind that there's obviously more stuff to come in the future.
Oh, of course.
And I do like some of the changes to the characters that they've made, but like I said, I kind of feel like it could have just been an update.
Yeah.
We did note there were some issues with aim, and there are some other content creators that kind of put up these little things about, oh, if you change this setting and this setting, then you'll have a lot easier, because a lot of Hanzo mains were like having breakdowns.
Oh,
and they couldn't land their crap.
Well, babe, they're Hanzo mains. That's their problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean,
the new characters are pretty interesting.
The new characters are interesting.
Yeah, you have one for each class. For the tanks, we have Junker Queen, which is the one on the left there, sharpening her dagger. She seems really, really.
She is strong. I like her.
She's scrappy. She's real scrappy.
She is real scrappy.
As far as the tank goes, she's like, if you actually come up to my face, I will kill you. Understand that.
If her and a Roadhog approached me as, let's say, I'm a Reaper, I would not go for her first. I would not go for her first, because she can pin me down a lot harder than a Roadhog could. Roadhog could grapple me in. Okay, cool. I left shift. I'm already out of there. A Junker Queen can pull me in with her knife, and she gets to choose to be on top of me, because when she does that, it slows me down even when I use my left shift.
Yeah.
So I'm already in, and I'm like, well, I can't really run away. She's at my back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's very much, no, you will fight until I either kill you or I walk away.
or I somehow die. God forbid.
Yeah, it's somehow. God forbid. In the damage, as far as the new champions, we have Sojourn, who is everyone just kind of goes on about her size, really, but like she's pretty good. She's railguns, but you said you didn't quite vibe with her.
I didn't vibe with the rail. Okay, so you have to charge it up, and the only way to charge it up is to do damage. So if you're hitting a shield, it goes down a lot. It doesn't give as much. It has diminishing returns. And I'm like, that's fine. At least I can do it. Does the railgun go through shields? No. Then it's not a railgun, because railguns are supposed to be that can split a particle off of a fly's wing. It is supposed to be something that can do some damage through anything.
Well, yeah.
And I really wish that it allowed me to do that. If it allowed me to push back shield opponents, I would have probably felt better. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe it does do that, and I'm just not paying attention. But Sojourn feels real. Eh. The
From what I've heard with Sojourn, sorry, um, it's more like you use her primary fire to charge up her alternate fire, and that's kind of what does the most damage.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
railgun.
yeah.
And that's fine. But the major issue I have with her kit in total is her ultimate. All it does is give you quick charge up shots that do them automatically. If it gave you like heightened accuracy or something like that, because railguns are literally splitting hairs. It is something that's supposed to hurt. I just didn't feel it from Sojourn. But
I feel like
oh,
maybe her ulti would benefit more if it also had mobility for her instead of just saying, "Oh, we just basically souped up your gun."
yeah,
Because her whole thing is that she can like slide all over the place. Like,
yeah,
even if
the slide was
if her,
fine.
yeah, because the sliding is really really handy. So like maybe if they had something along the lines of your slide has a shorter duration or something, or you can do it this many times within that place, then that would let you reposition and do damage, which is kind of fair. Not fairer than like popping it in a team fight and then just getting domed by
Yeah.
by a maker up the back, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. So if I had to choose a DPS, I would probably do 76 or Reaper or May. I actually didn't mind May the last time we played. The only downside with May is she doesn't freeze anymore.
No, she doesn't. Only her ulti, but her ulti's a bitch. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
It seems to freeze super quick too on the ulti.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Oh, and then for the newest support champion, we have Kiriko. And a quick note before we get into it as well. They're running a drop campaign right now on Twitch, where if you watch content creators that are playing Overwatch 2 with drops enabled, you can earn a free skin for Kiriko.
And
that's pretty nice too.
It's a really nice looking skin.
Yeah, so I think it's like 5 hours total to win that and a voice line for her, and there's another one coming out, I think a week or so away as well. So if you like Kiriko and you want a free skin, I would definitely recommend doing that because it's really pretty. As far as Kiriko, the character, she's so big brain.
She's okay.
I can't play her personally.
Okay.
But I can kill her easily.
Yeah.
When I play a tank character.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange. Like, I feel like
that's support in a nutshell. That's support in a nutshell. You're like, oh, I caught the support out. I can kill her.
But I feel like it's different as well because, like, for context, like a lot of people that play the new characters are like me. They don't know how to play them. They just get given them in like mystery heroes or whatever, which is most of them. And then they're just like, oh shit, what am I doing? What am I doing?
And you scramble.
And then they get scrambled and then they get picked off. And I notice a lot of people with Kiriko do that too. I haven't really run into many Kirikos that actually, don't want to say contribute positively, but like actively are really good at what they do. Honestly, as far as supports go, the biggest one that I've seen is fucking Moira because of her ball. Did I tell you about her ball? What it's doing?
Yep. It is. So, it is bouncing off and doing
Moira,
more.
Oh no! It's a band. Okay, so Moira, right?
Right.
If she hits you with her damage ball, then all sources of damage from that one character, the enemy character, are negated by 75%. I'm telling you, Moira can hit you point blank with a fucking damage ball, and then will not die to a default.
That's kind of interesting.
You cannot one-shot her if you are hit by the debuff.
Man,
and then you try to kill her.
Overwatch.
She's too strong.
Overwatch. Okay. There are some people at Blizzard who think way too much, and I can appreciate them. Holy crap!
Yeah, 75%. Like that's actually freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if the debuff is short. I don't know what the balancing to that is because right now I have not met a Moira that I could kill. I have not. I swear to God. And all the time that I've played since I've been back in Overwatch 2. Keep in mind, I'm bad. Okay, I'm really bad, and I know that, and I accept that, and I'm learning. But fucking Moiras, man.
Moiras, man.
Fucking Moiras.
Yeah. But Kiriko is fine. She feels like a mix between Genji, Mercy, and I don't know what to call that weird little spriggan she throws. I guess a little Baptiste, a little,
Well, I
because
feel like I know that.
she's got a good jump and a good solo heal. She
Yeah.
throws the little daggers like uh, Genji.
I honestly think that the best Kirikos, you won't see them.
Yeah, not for a
And that's
while.
the best way that they play support, is you won't see them. And even when you're being hit by them and you get the like where they are, the notifications, they're gone.
Yeah, because they
Like I
can.
feel like if you see a Kiriko trying to frontline, like she's not the kind of support that you should see on the front lines with their tanks like actively supporting. I think her best thing is
Side
from
flank.
shadows or up top. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Not so far as like an Ana with her sniper rifle, but like maybe somewhere in between and really really hyper mobile. Whereas like with Moira and stuff as support, you obviously have to be quite close because to get your healer gas back, you need to suck it away from other people.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
But the
Siphon, sorry.
now
Suck
the last thing we'll talk about on Overwatch 2 is you have a little bit of a
Mm.
problem with the voice actors.
Oh yes. Well, it's not the voice actors. It's just Junkrat. I don't know if it's well. Actually, I do know because I'm Australian, right? And it actually kind of bothers me quite a lot that Junkrat's voice actor isn't Australian. He's American. And so it kind of feels like a piss take because that's what you guys think we sound like, but we really don't. We really don't.
Really
Yeah. But yeah, like as far as Overwatch 2 is concerned, like I would give it like 4 out of 5 mugs. I'm probably gonna play it again later. I wish the company wasn't trash. Blizzard wasn't trash. Um, and Bastion is still not re-enabled yet.
Oh, really?
Because...
I thought he.
no.
Wait, no, I thought he just got re-enabled like an hour ago.
Oh, maybe it was an hour ago. Okay, yeah. But he was disabled because people had bugged his ulti and he could infinitely ulti. So,
Yeah, yeah. Was that you that was it you that showed me that TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a bad TikTok where he had like 20 mortar shells coming down. California on Fire wanted us to kind of mention the Divinity nerf for Destiny. Divinity has always been okay. I never liked Divinity.
Hi, Ken.
I don't like Divinity. I like Tractor Cannon because I am a man.
Oh, shit. Excuse me?
What?
What are you trying to say? Tractor cannons can only be used by men?
No, I didn't say.
Babe,
Babe, do you use it?
yes.
Okay then.
Wow.
It is used by the best power couple in all of Destiny.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up, Callie? Welcome
Yeah.
in, welcome in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Overwatch 2 is a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do and a lot to come, but
Yeah, that's true.
I'll keep my distance for now until I feel comfortable going back to it because I'll admit I got salty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if I want to put myself in that position again, considering I just got out of it.
I think personally, I'll keep playing, and I will let you guys know as well. Even when I'm not actively on the podcast, I'm always in the chat. So if you guys are interested in finding out what Overwatch 2 or anything, feel free to hit me up.
You got a question in the chat.
Oh, I do have a question in chat. My aim is trash. Sorry.
All right. Question answered.
Wait,
Badoo.
that took.
Probably.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Looks. God damn it. Okay. This game here up on screen at the moment is Potion Permit. And it's a game that I've been really excited to play for a while now. I think like maybe up to like close to 2 years I've been watching the development of it. So I was really, really excited for this release. I actually was gifted it by my sister. She bought it as well because I had kind of like hyped it out to her. And so I got it and I downloaded it and I got in. And sadly, I feel like the controls really, really let it down on release. There were a lot of issues with controllers, keyboard and mouse bindings, and there was no mouse functionality even in menus, so it was quite counterintuitive, to be honest. I think it really hurt the game. I think that they've actually added something to do with the mouse now, and I'd be keen to give it another chance. But to be honest, it was it was a really big letdown.
Yeah, from the outside, she was in a call with me when she was playing this. There was a lot of curses used about this game. Now she kept wanting to defend it because she's saying it's not a bad game. It's just it needs a lot more work to get into where she's wanting to be comfortable with it.
I feel like because like the graphics and the art and like the
It looks
storyline and the
pretty.
characters, they all seem really lovely and something I'd really like to like engage with more.
Hmm.
But honestly, like 2 out of 5 mugs, like as an early access release, it really felt like it was more unfinished. It was kind of uncomfortable to play, and it felt like a bit of like a.
Early
I
access.
really hate to say this. It felt like a really lazy
Oh,
kind of release of
okay.
a game that I really looked forward to for quite a long time. And I wasn't the only ones. Like if you go and look at the reviews, like there's so much, especially because one of the controller issues was that if you were trying to rebind your keys because the ones that they'd given you weren't very good, it would not save them.
Um,
It would either not work or not save them. So
is this on early access or is this a full release?
it's on early access,
Okay,
but I feel like
it's too early.
there's some things that like you shouldn't like. Surely some people that have played this that weren't inside the developer's house would understand that like
Why would they do this?
being able to control your characters and interact with the beautiful world that you set out is so important. And so I feel like they just didn't take that into account, really, to be honest, that people would have issues that weren't them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
But I am going to give it another go. I'd like to see. Um, well, that's the thing is with controller as well. You could not play with your controller. There were on release. It didn't work with the 4 main controllers. That there was no support for them.
And
So
they
it was
just recently added it. You said.
yeah. They just recently added it.
Ugh.
So I mean, and that's still like because this game came out like maybe like almost a month ago, over a month ago, maybe 2, and I feel like that's a long time to wait.
For a quality of life change as big as
Yeah,
that.
for quality of life. Yeah, because it's a huge thing that really stifles your immersion as well. Because all these games are about is like you live a little happy life and you go do this and you have a dog and you romance people, and you just couldn't. You really just couldn't because of the way that they had set things out, and it was really
Frustrating.
sad to see. But that being said, I am very keen to go through again, maybe
A
in a few
year.
more updates time. Yeah, I'll give them a little bit longer, and it's yeah. I feel like it could really be something, but there's just so much to do for it. To be honest, so much to
Dude, my favorite possum in the world.
do. Okay, this one here is Bear and Breakfast, which is something I've actually played on my stream over at Socky Squid. If you're looking for some kind of content there, sorry.
Good
sorry,
plug.
James.
Good plug. Good plug.
Thank you,
Good
thank you,
plug.
thank
Good
you,
plug.
thank you,
All
thank you,
right,
Adam. Thank
yeah.
you, thanks, Ben.
All right.
So this is Gus. He is a wonderful character in Bear and Breakfast. Um, it's a really lovely, cozy game. It's a wonderful mix of like bears, woodland animals, and management. So it's really good.
Strange
Um,
management.
Beautiful management.
Beautiful management.
It's a really fun like time sink. On the upside, controls are really easy, really simple, and the art is really beautiful. You can see the developers have put quite a lot into it. Honestly, I would give it 5 out of 5 mugs. I highly recommend to anybody who loves putting possums in charge of their businesses. So if that sounds like you, then this is for you.
Okay. Dude. Now
And
this one, I don't want too much spoilers on, if you don't mind.
okay, don't worry. I think I can manage to do this one with minimal spoilers.
Okay, because I'm gonna probably climb into this one after I'm done with my cyberpunk junk.
Okay, so Cult of the Lamb, without spoilers, it's a really fun game. Um, I mean, I normally try to be like a good person. I try to be kind to characters. But I swear to God, in this video game, you will be screaming at your cult members for shitting everywhere within the first 30 minutes of gameplay. The gameplay feels great. It's very. It feels fresh. It feels great. It feels not necessarily. I wouldn't say like immersive, but it feels really, really
It
satisfying. What you're doing,
focus.
what you're seeing.
It,
Yeah, it all seemed really, really lovely.
yeah.
Um, I give this one as well 5 out of 5 mugs. And my note here is that you should really think about building that outhouse, or your villagers will puke on top of the shit, and it becomes a whole thing.
Does it
A
really?
whole thing, yeah. So
Oh.
if you don't clean up the shit in time, they'll get sick and start puking on the shit and everywhere, and then it gets.
Oh
Hi,
God.
welcome in, Paper Dragonfly.
Oh my
I
goodness.
saw it. But yeah, so those were my kind of hot takes on some of the games that I've played recently. I think that that Quincy and Justin have already covered quite a few of them, but I'm not sure if they've ever actually gone around to playing them.
Nope.
So yeah, so I just thought while I was here, I'd give them a little 2 cents.
I played 10, 15 minutes of Cult of the Lamb before I had to head out elsewhere. I haven't dug too deep.
Mm.
But I do have it installed. It's right there on the desktop. Not a lot of news as far as, because most of it is from Comic-Con, and Sox has her generalized knowledge of comics and whatnot. I reserve them for Quincy because it's, of course, he would be more knowledgeable as far as, and Sox, it would just be me yammering on and on. There are a few things that I would like her opinions on, but off stream. It's going to be a light news day, and it's going to be two gaming, 1 shoes, and 2 shows/movies. But dupe. So we just watched the trailer for One Piece Odyssey. Now, me and One Piece have had a really rough relationship. I remember watching the first 3 seasons and then falling out, and then getting spoilers for 2 seasons ago, and then getting a major spoiler for this last season. I don't know what direction One Piece went, but I'm not mad. It looks like it got entertaining through its fillers or otherwise. I might actually jump back into it, but I don't know if this is the way to do it. This looks like fun. This looks like a thing that is standalone, but I don't know where to put it.
I think that honestly, One Piece, because I keep in mind I haven't really gotten into it either, because I'm one of those people that like looked at how many episodes there were and how much longer there was. It was really intimidated.
1,400 volumes.
But I feel like as far as a franchise, I feel like One Piece is generally pretty good at keeping ahead of stagnation, and B, giving their specific fans what they want,
And
if that makes sense.
and some
I feel like
fresh stuff.
yeah, I feel like this game, as far as like watching the trailer, it seems really like how I would imagine an episode to go, if that makes sense. It feels like if you could play an episode, that's what it looks like to me, as far as someone who hasn't really like gotten into it too much.
And their art style really shines in this 3D world.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. It's kind of strange because it like reminds me of like Final Fantasy backgrounds with like.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 12-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It reminds me like a bit of that, but you see obviously like Luffy in them. You don't like.
Gamu no
You
Gamu
can
no.
tell the difference. But yeah, no, I think that this seems pretty fun. It kind of gives me similar vibes to when Ni no Kuni first came out, which was the Ghibli game, and then it was like that transition from like movies and shows to like an actual RPG video game.
Yeah.
So I guess like since this is a trailer, you're gonna see more coming out in the future around it, and then you can make your own informed decision. But I think it looks really lovely, to be honest. Like I don't know if it's a good intro for people that haven't read or seen much of One Piece in the past, but
Yeah, because
to me it seems
I already know this is far in the future, because the scar on Luffy's chest is like, God, I would say season like 12, 13. Like it's way out there, and the fact that it's there is already a testament of what is going to be in this story. I don't know if it's side. I'm not here to speculate. I'm here to say it looks good.
Yeah, Oh, like Kelly said, it looks like some awesome professional fan service. Yeah, yeah, literally,
Ah, didn't mean to do that.
literally.
There we go.
Yeah.
January, I believe 13th. Yes, January 13th, 2013. Comes with a very interesting set of deluxe or pre-order stuff. You get
Ooh.
the old school outfits for doing the pre-order. So if you are getting into the anime and happen to buy this game and you pre-order it, you get the early costumes. But doop. Hey, babe, you like League?
Sometimes.
Do you like something that looks precisely like League?
Okay.
You have to admit, this trailer looked like
Well, like,
a trailer you have seen before.
but to be fair, love, I also, in saying that, it's really hard to look at a rock man and not think Malphite.
Okay, that yeah,
Do you know what
of
I mean?
course.
Like,
But I mean, as far as choreography, staple set points, and the finale of a giant beam coming over the evil villain to thwart them.
but like that's what works. That's what sells. Like, why would you mess with a winning, a good selling formula for like creating promotional content for your games? And this is an announcement trailer, we'd
Yeah.
like to point out as well. So there's nothing about gameplay really.
Yes.
It's all just speculation as far as we're concerned at this point.
But the game test, the play test, is going to be literally
Mm.
tomorrow through the 16th.
Yeah, so maybe see if you can get in and have your own kind of ideas about what's going on. But I mean, I can see where Cliff mentions here that it seems very, very familiar to League of Legends content in the past. And are you looking it up right
Huh? Yeah,
now?
I'm hopping into it.
Let's
I now
go.
want to see what the
Let's
heck we're doing
go.
here.
Um,
Because if it's only,
yeah, so.
oh, it's just the registry. That's all it
Mm.
is. Team of heroes. Do you have to choose? Oh, here we go. Okay, okay, and they even have little slots.
Yeah.
Okay, so
See, and their characters look pretty okay. It looks like they've got a lot to come. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's hard because when it comes to new games, it's always like, oh, like in League of Legends, oh, like Dota, oh, like Valorant. You know, like there's a lot of tropes that have already been done that it's kind of hard to be original, but also feel familiar to characters. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to you want to make your players feel at ease playing people that look similar to people they've played before.
okay,
And through doing that, it does seem to become quite similar.
okay. This feels a little torchlighty.
I love Torchlight.
I don't mind Torchlight as well.
Their
Um,
phone app's come out now.
hmm?
I signed up for the early beta of their phone
Yeah,
app. Speaking of,
unreleased coming soon. So yeah, it's a little early, but
hmm,
like they kind of payment model will be free to play. We're open to feedback on specifics as we want to make the business model as fair for all players as possible. So I mean they are basically saying everything is gonna be free to play. If you want cosmetics, that might be the go to for their quote unquote business model. Maybe an XP booster or two, kind of like how Siege has it. We'll see tomorrow. I'll pre-register when we're done here.
yeah, same.
Do you have any other gaming news before I slide over?
I don't think I have any other gaming news. I think that's about all.
Then I guess it's time for shoe news.
That's my favorite bit.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's when you sing the little jingle. It's my favorite bit.
uh, Reebok and Capcom come to bring us the Street Fighter Championship Edition Reebok Shack Attacks.
Check it
The
out.
Shack Attacks are the shoes that Quincy hates the most. They are the pumps, but they are a little bit more engrossed instead of it just being the front line.
They're there for the short kings out there. Let them have it.
That's fine. That I mean, it's supposed to be for the fit of the shoe more than the height, but eh.
Oh, there's stuff on the insole. What is that?
That's
On the
the one looks like it's Ryu, the other one looks like it's Ken, but they don't show it too
It's
well.
two hands.
It's two
One with
hands.
a glove, one without. Let's go.
Let's go. But you can see that it says fight on the inside. The beautiful pump on the front that says Street Fighter Championship Edition, and the color scheme is very 90s arcade machine. A pretty okay teal with the 2 Reebok stripes of yellow, a black guard, and then it ends off in like this burgundy color.
I feel like it's a lot of textures.
It is a
That makes it.
it looks like this is like a faux pleather, and then you've got the felt. Looks feltish.
Plus, like the middle bit on the front, on the tongue, it reminds me of a mix between like the Mega Man watch and like those 8 balls where it floats to the top and gives you what you want to know.
I would love to have that in a shoe.
Imagine how much you would like move when you're walking around.
Yeah.
Just shaking. Nope, nope.
These ones will be released at the end of the month. No price tag, but keep your ear out on the 29th. And it says that this is not a part of the full collection. This is just a teaser, so we might get a little bit more before the end. They said it's going to be Capcom themed, so I would love to see a Mega Man shoe, a Castlevania shoe.
The next one's with Chun-Li's thighs.
I mean, why not? Or
Why not?
you know, I mean, there's a lot there. Sure. But
Hey, if Fortnite can do it, I'm pretty sure Reebok can do it.
sure. But dude, so I've already seen this trailer multiple times. But Socks just saw it for the first time. Super Mario Brothers movie. What'd you think?
Okay, there are very few instances as far as film is concerned, and keep in mind, I'm not a huge film buff. I know this sounds horrible to say out loud. I don't really watch many things
No.
as far as like movies for specific reasons.
I drag you
But-
along to them.
Yes, very often he does. Which is lovely because I mean, I love you, and it's yeah. But as far as this is concerned, like, I liked Jack Black as his
Bowser.
I feel like that was like he was very imposing. He was very like not just like loud, but his voice carried in a really lovely way. I would be excited to see more voice lines from him. But Chris Pratt as Mario gives me really gross feelings. really gross feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
we only got 2 lines so far, and I mean, you're already feeling it. Me, I'm neutral. He doesn't sound too bad.
I feel like they could have just gotten someone with an Italian accent to do it, and then that would have been less.
I mean, Charlie ain't dead. Mr. Martinet is not dead.
There we go. Well, I feel like.
I mean, he's not Italian either, but he does he's done it since Mario 64.
Maybe it's because when I look at Mario and hear Chris Pratt, I'm not hearing Mario. I'm hearing Star-Lord.
That's either Star-Lord or
really...
what's his name from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a meme going around where where Chris Pratt tweeted out something like how he worked really hard on his accent for this movie, and then the whole internet's just like,
No.
Did you though? Did you though, mate?
Well, hang on. As I said, we only get two lines. That's it. That's all we get out of this. I'm happy with Toad.
Chris, sorry, Chris, if you're watching.
I mean,
how I feel, and that's enough for me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having a conversation with Chris Pratt. He seems like a cool guy.
It's not what I kind of wanted from Mario, to be honest. But I mean, when it comes out, like you said, there'll be more lines. Maybe it's different.
Yeah.
But like I said, I look at Mario and hear Star-Lord, and I can't differentiate those in my head because of it.
Do you know who Charlie Day is?
Vaguely, I think. Vaguely.
Charlie Day. All my freaking D&D Beyond stuff. Charlie Day.
Oh yes, I know that.
Always Sunny?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've seen
He this man here is playing
I
Luigi.
Yeah.
And I actually like his
voice.
I actually really like this. I would love Charlie's voice as Luigi. Now, there was a meme going around where an artist did a storyboard of Bowser and Donkey Kong, because do you know who Donkey Kong is in the Mario movie?
No.
The funniest laugh in Hollywood.
Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen. So to have Jack Black as King Koopa or Bowser, and Seth Rogen as DK, both of them having a conversation that they pulled lines from Kung Fu Panda and another animated movie, and they mashed them up pretty good. And of course, you have Seth as Donkey Kong, and I'm like, that fits. I didn't want to say it at first. Hearing it, I was like, that's weird. But watching that artist do a rendition of it, I liked it. I'm actually really excited, and I would like to see another trailer, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I'll reserve until I see another trailer because, to be honest, Mario really, it just feels, once I had the thing of who it was and what it sounded like, I just got the ick, the really bad
Dick.
ick
Okay.
for it. So, like I said, I will reserve, I think, my full opinion for more information. But yeah, I also agree with Kelly, who says in chat that he thinks Mario could have gone without a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I agree. But I also would love to see Seth Rogen play a big monkey.
Yeah.
So that's fine
A
with
little
that.
a little negative for a little positive. That's fine.
Yeah, like, to be honest, I don't give a shit about Mario, but like Seth Rogen and Jack Black, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
I
go.
mean, the trailer had Jack Black do two pretty strong lines there as well, and
Mm.
you even said it yourself. You didn't think that was Jack Black, or it
Yeah,
didn't
at the
sound like
beginning
it.
I was like, it didn't sound like him, but then when he was talking more, it does, and it's not. It's in a lovely way. Like, it's the whole thing of like, I know obviously we've seen Kung Fu Panda. I don't listen to Bowser in that trailer and go, oh, that's Poe,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I listen to Mario and I go, oh, that's Star Lord.
Yeah, and hopefully it's a little more warped with because he's gonna be talking a lot, and he's gonna be talking to a lot of
Mm.
people. I'm curious on who he's gonna talk to in the Mushroom Kingdom, whether it's Daisy or um, Peach.
We ship Daisy X Wario around these parts.
We do. Um, I don't know. Like this whole movie has boggled my mind to the point where I want to see it. I just want to see a little bit
Yeah.
more before I see it.
Yeah.
I want to reserve, but it's the morbid curiosity at this point. Like I don't have that, babe. I don't have morbid curiosity. I am not one that will fuck around and find out unless I already know what the outcome of finding out is. But doop. So I had a good old time with The Legend of Vox Machina season 1, beginning of this year, and um, I was not expecting season 2 so quickly. Not done.
Yeah, I
Not
agree. Yeah.
not to say that they moved quickly or rushing it, but it's the little first look clip immediately begins where season 1 ends off. So
Mm.
I mean, it's the same art studio. Sock said, "Well, this looks, less gory," and I said, "I mean,
To be fair, do you
it's
remember how the first one started?
yeah,
With
with
the yeah, like that was.
yeah,
Mm. But I
Grog splitting a man in half. Yes, I recall.
no. Even before that, there was the other group of adventurers that just got
Oh,
wrecked
the
like
trailer
first
group.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm excited because of the way that this kind of started, like Cliff just said, where the last one ended off. That this could one day, like with all the seasons done, be a very good like binge
Yes.
for like or like a not like a movie, but like made up of a little, you know what I mean? Like it'd be a really cool thing to have your friends over and like watch.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this is D&D at its finest. As
Yeah.
I explained for season 1, it is their D&D game, just condensed.
Yeah.
If you go back and you watch what happened from the Briarwood arc to now, you begin to like you each of the episodes range because of how much they do during each episode, that they're pulling pieces out that I don't want to say aren't important, but that are much more stronger storytelling for role playing. As far as TV or movie media, you got to kind of speed it along. You have to condense it. You have to be a little bit more focused. And with season 1, it hit hard. It was impactful. Everyone had their arcs that were very according. Um, every single one of them was out for themselves, and you can slowly feel that they were evolving and changing themselves to accept one another, except for Pike and Grog, who were best of friends.
I think in my opinion, with Vox Machina and the Critical Role folks who are the ones that are the actual players behind it,
Mm.
um, I feel like because they have done highly no, because they have done storytelling role play in such a wonderful way, that um, their group of really really lovely fans and things, like they will support them to no end, which is wonderful. You can tell that they it's really immersive, just even around the table watching them play, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was really, really happy that because all of this was crowdfunded on Kickstarter, and I think yeah, that's how
$15.6 million.
much they made on Kickstarter. All of the fans just went hundies. And the thing about that is, I feel like it also means that they don't necessarily have to make a series that doesn't reflect their characters the way they want to be, because they have the money to produce it the way that is most authentic. Like,
Hmm?
for instance, you have Scanlan, who is like basically your perverted, horny bard that just, or like even like the gore and stuff. Like it doesn't feel like a compromise.
No, it does
Um,
not.
you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like they had to be like, oh, we've got to make it this rating because it's going to be on this TV. No, it's very much like, this is just how my character is. This is how we want to portray them, and if they're going to be known for anything, let it be this on screen,
and
kind of thing.
and at I'm not gonna spoil too much, but from Briarwood arc to what I'm gonna call the wedding, because that's technically at the end and it's considered canon. Um, there's a lot. I can
Mm.
foresee maybe 10 seasons, maybe.
Wow, 10 seasons. Let's go.
Like the Vox Machina has done a lot. There has been 186 recorded episodes, each about roughly 4 hours each. That's a
Mm.
long fucking time, and there's a lot of really staggering, stunning moments. There's a
Mm.
lot of people who could reprise their roles. There's one that probably late season 8, I can already think in the back of my head, and like it really sparks a lot of creativity in me as
Mm.
both a DM and just a content creator. What sucks is I don't have the tools or utility to do it, but it still gets me thinking.
And it feels great as well, as somebody who actively plays D&D, to see like an unfiltered version of what could be, because like we were talking about, how like, this doesn't seem like necessarily moderated for any specific audience or any specific person, um, or any of that. So it's really cool to be like, you can look in that and think, oh, my character's similar, or my character does this, or this has happened in my campaign.
Or oh, that's a
And
good
it's
idea.
really, yeah, or oh, that's a good idea. And it's really really wonderful to see, I think, more D&D media, and even nowadays with like Brendan Lee Mulligan and Abria, what's her first
Um.
name? Ian. But like, there's just so many
Oh, that's gonna
talented
bother
DMs
me.
that are able to put out so much more content, um, and because D&D itself is such a varied game, where you can basically, like, be anyone, whether that be um, necessarily a good thing or not. It's just wonderful to see like representation for the hobby that isn't just like Stranger Things kind of thing.
Get out of here.
It's so varied on purpose. Um, I think it's Abria Iyengar. Yeah. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is just like this. It's good to see more content for D&D that you can feel comfortable with and proud of. Yeah. Um,
Yes. And as you saw there, the characters here, they're guest characters, other voice actors or people in what could be the small clique. Mika Burton, daughter of good old his first name LeVar Burton of Reading Rainbow and Star Trek fame. His daughter does a little bit of work around the production area, and she played as Rini, a Azamar that always has a beautiful glowing halo and hates evil to the point of wanting to murder anything that is evil. as a good paladin should. Ashley Birch played Keg. Ashley Birch, you would know as a really good voice actress. I can't think of any of her things off the top of my head because I wasn't expecting to
Was
pull them.
she Ellie? Was she Ellie or was it um?
Let's do this. We have Google at our
She was
disposal.
Ellie from The Last of Us, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I don't.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry.
I think that might
Yeah,
be.
Ashley Burtt.
But she did Horizon Zero Dawn as Alloy. I knew that.
Ah, yes. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what the
But she does Bee and Puppy Cat, even the current run. She does, of course, Keg every now and again. Oh, that's right. She was in Tiny Tina's as one of the characters.
Let's go.
Nebula in Marvel things. Like, she's done a lot. A lot. Wait, she was in Steven Universe. Huh.
So I guess it's cool to kind of see um, because D&D's obviously always been happening in all different types of groups, but it's cool to see more, I guess, like, not necessarily like acceptance, but just like people being more open about it because it is, and it can be really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And even a pretty A-lister like Deborah Ann Woll of Daredevil and True Blood, one of the leading actresses in both, play D&D as a harebrained, I think halfling. Nope, gnome. Gnome, who has this artifact, and it literally shook up the entire campaign. And that I loved it. It was fine. Shakasta, great. Carrie Peyton, great cleric. A blind cleric who has to rely on his bird. Princess.
It's so varied. So very,
Oh
very
yes,
varied.
very varied.
Like, it's just up to your imagination, and it's really cool to see like media just adapt more and more of that. I love it.
And then of course Joe Manganiello. What is it? World's Sexiest Man in 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's a consensus, and you may not agree, but he is attractive.
In your opinion, yeah.
The man is 56.
So, what does that got to do with anything?
I would like to look like this at 56.
Then go ahead and do it. Okay.
I think he's 56. Double checking.
45.
Never mind.
Okay. See. But yeah. So
he'll probably look that way. He will probably look that way at 56.
As far as the season 2 of Vox Machina is concerned, I am personally excited for it. I'm excited to see, I guess, just more like it's like slice of life in a really satisfying way. And I've actually got my some of my family members to watch it too, and they quite enjoyed it. So.
Oh really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I took him in to watch it as well. He quite liked it.
Did we watch season 1?
Yeah, we watched this one together.
Okay, good. I remember watching it on my own, but I was like, did I follow up with you?
Yeah, you rewatched it with me,
okay.
And then we went over a couple of episodes as well.
Yeah.
But it's real handy actually watching it with this one because I'd be like, I don't understand that. He just had like it was like a Wikipedia page. I didn't have to go Google nothing. It's just like he's got the information on tap. So yeah, super excited to watch this again with you. Once it comes out next year, looks like early January next year.
Yeah, just as January 2022 or 2023.
And we'll probably see more and more content coming out about it, which we're excited for as well.
I hope they do what they did the last time. 3 episodes every time.
Yeah, that would be good. Yes, we do like multiple episodes being released.
Now, all at once, it leads us to binge, and then we kill it, and then it's like meh. But one every week kills us for the suspense. But then there's the good middle ground. It's 12 episodes long, 3 every week, 4 weeks. It's a whole month of good content.
I feel like the thing with having it all at once is that like it is good to be able to binge it, but when you have like if you're doing one at a time, if you have so many different series that are doing that because that's the normal
watching.
Yeah, that's how people normally watch things, and then you just kind of life in between that week just takes over, and then like you're like, oh, I barely remember what happened last week. I have to rewatch it, kind of things.
Yeah.
Whereas when you do it all at once, you're like, yes, now my brain will no longer hurt for an ending. You know?
Yeah. Until the ending, and then at the end of
No.
season 1, it was the freaking dragons coming in, and it's like, oh, now I'm hurting.
Mm.
But
highly recommend season 1 as well. Where can you watch season 1 if you are interested?
it is Amazon Prime exclusive, and all of them are there. They are in multiple languages. I believe Matt did it in multiple languages just for the narrator's sake or his character's sake. He's a truly wonderful individual. He thinks on the same level that I do for my worlds and how I perceive things, but I'm happy to, like, he got the resources from the crowd. He got the resources from friends and fans and so on and so forth, that I hope to one day have this at my disposal. At least on a smaller scale.
But even just like just to see how much love that they get, it is wonderful to see. Yeah. Nerdy people come out and really like show up in droves. The things is really
$15.6 million.
That's a lot of money.
And
a lot of money.
And I mean, with Amazon backing this whole thing, it gets a lot of viewership. I could see after Vox Machina is done, I could see Mighty Nine getting their series done. And I mean, Mighty Nine is the chaotic of so far what I'm feeling as far as the 3 campaigns. Mighty Nine does seem like the most chaotic. Like there's emotions to be had. There's a lot of emotions to be had. But when you have a kleptomaniac mixed in with a sociopath mixed in with a cult follower, things kind of get a little jumbled, and it's really comfortable. 1 through I would say 15, 16 as far as the actual podcasts go for Mighty Nine. You get a few little tips and tidbits, but then after 17, 18, things start to go downhill for them, and they have to learn to buckle up. But the fun's still there. Anything else you got, babe?
No, I think that pretty much covers it all.
I didn't mean to ramble.
That's alright. It happens. What do you do?
Alright, I'm gonna give us our good old outro.
Let's go.
Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to follow our pages. Sox's will be down in the description for this one. Remember to follow her if you liked her opinions on certain things. I believe I'll put up her Twitter and her TikTok. I don't. Are you gonna be posting any TikToks, babe?
Oh no, but actually, if you're looking for
Twitch?
TikToks and you like a lot of Pokemon card openings, might I suggest you have a look at Cliff's TikTok?
Yeah.
And also Q's TikTok as well, because they do a whole bunch of Pokemon opening
and
for cards.
baseballs.
And oh my god, Cliff has this thing he does, this voice.
Oh, the card gremlin.
Yeah, the card gremlin, affectionately titled the card gremlin. Trying to convince him to do it in a Animal Crossing villager voice, because I feel like that would be the pinnacle of content. But yeah, if you're into some of that, I would highly recommend going and checking out both Quincy and Justin here on their Twitters, on their TikToks, and here as well. And wherever you get your podcasts as well. Like, keep an eye on them.
Oh my gosh.
They're really doing it. They're really doing it, guys. They really do, and I believe in them so very much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, babe. But yeah, I'll throw down the Twitter and the Twitch then for the babe. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a frenemy. Remember to check down, of course, the socials down in the description. And of course, at the end of the day, remember to love one another. I mean, it's easy to do, and it's free.
It's free.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Thanks for checking us in.